Welcome gamers to another retro gaming video. Again, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. For this video, we are going to be examining the awesome little handheld that everyone knows called the Game Boy. So for this video, we're going to be examining the original Game Boy, the Game Boy Color, and the Game Boy Pocket. So first off, we have the original Game Boy. This was released back in 1989 by Nintendo. It revolutionized handheld gaming in a time when there weren't very many handhelds around. It was the brainchild of Gunpei Yokoi, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, who aimed to create a portable gaming device with mass appeal. The overall success of the Game Boy can be attributed to its affordable price, durable design, and the inclusion of the addictive game Tetris as a pack-in title. So as far as the hardware goes, the processor was a custom 8-bit Sharp LR35902 core, had 8 kilobyte internal SRAM. The display was a reflective STN LCD with 160 by 144 resolution and a 2.6 inch screen. This unit did use 4 AA batteries, offering around 15 hours of gameplay with 2-channel stereo sound, and it also allowed for multiplayer gaming and data transfer using a link cable. The Game Boy's design was compact and sturdy, featuring a robust shell that could withstand rough handling. Its portability, combined with long battery life, made it a favorite for on-the-go gaming, setting the standard for handheld consoles. It also boasted accessories like the Game Boy camera and printer, which added unique functionalities, expanding the gaming experience. And like I said previous, did use link cables, and that facilitated multiplayer gaming, enhancing the social aspect of the handheld console. Now, the only drawback to this little handheld was the monochrome screen. It lacked a backlight, making it challenging to play in low light conditions. The absence of color, while not initially a drawback, became a limitation as technology advanced. You can see I did put Tetris in this console, and you can see how the screen looked on it. Pretty simple for its time, but revolutionary. So next on the list, we have the Game Boy Pocket. This little unit was released in 1996 by Nintendo, and it was a redesigned version of the original Game Boy. It aimed to improve portability and offer a more refined gaming experience. As you can see, the Game Boy Pocket was significantly smaller and lighter than its predecessor, featuring a sleeker design. This one did have a monochrome screen as well, but the overall device was more pocket-friendly and comfortable to hold. The removal of the vertical battery orientation and the switch to 2 AAA batteries contributed to its compact form. The Game Boy Pocket retained full compatibility with the extensive library of original Game Boy games. This backward compatibility factor ensured that existing Game Boy users could seamlessly transition to the new model without losing access to their favorite titles. Game Boy Pocket continued the Game Boy's legacy of dominance in the handheld gaming market. Its affordability and improved portability made it an attractive option for both new and existing gamers. So again, this little handheld had the lack of a backlight, and it remained a significant limitation, making gameplay in low light conditions challenging, as was the case with the original Game Boy. Also, some users reported screen blurring during fast-paced games due to the LCD technology used. You can see the screen is somewhat similar to the original Game Boy, but still in the pocket form made it a little bit better overall. So next on the list, we have the Game Boy Color. This little unit was released by Nintendo back in 1998 as the successor to the original monochrome Game Boy. It retained backward compatibility with Game Boy games while introducing a color display, providing an enhanced gaming experience. So the hardware specs on this little unit had a custom 8-bit Z80-like CPU, 32 kilobyte RAM with 16 kilobyte VRAM. The display had 160 by 144 pixel screen with a palette of 56 colors out of 32,768. This little unit did use two AA batteries, offering around 10 hours of gameplay with stereo sound and 4 channels. So, the addition of color to the display breathed new life into classic games, offering a more vibrant and engaging experience. Developers took advantage of the color palette to create visually appealing titles, enhancing gameplay immersion. The Game Boy Color maintained compatibility with older Game Boy games, allowing gamers to continue enjoying their existing library. The backward compatibility feature helped in the smooth transition from the monochrome Game Boy to the Game Boy Color. You can see the screen looks a whole lot better than the original Game Boy. The Game Boy's enduring legacy is a testament to its innovative design, rich game library, and impact on the gaming industry. Its influence can still be felt in modern handheld consoles, solidifying its place as one of the most iconic gaming devices in history. Now, the Game Boy Pocket, that one successfully built upon the original Game Boy's foundation, offering a more portable and efficient handheld gaming experience. While it maintains some of the limitations of its predecessor, such as the lack of the backlight, its compact design and improved battery life made it a popular choice for gamers back in the late 90s. Game Boy Pocket remains a nostalgic favorite for those who experienced its portable gaming magic during its heyday. And the Game Boy Color was a pivotal step forward in the Game Boy line, introducing color to handheld gaming and building upon the success of its predecessors. Its library of games and the enduring popularity of franchises it supported solidified its place in gaming history. Game Boy Color remains a nostalgic favorite for many gamers who experienced its colorful world during the late 90s and early 2000s. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to show the Game Boy collection. I do not have all the Game Boys. I believe there is a Game Boy Micro out there that some people have. Unfortunately, I do not have that in my collection. But just wanted to show what I have and what they look like. Again, thanks for watching. Time to find another game to play.